Good morning, Nick. How are you?
Hi, Chris. I'm good.
Good. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We've agreed just to do a little short conversation together about the upcoming boarding school survivors workshops. I'm really interested to know a little bit more about them, and I know that people who follow Seen and Heard will be too. So, yeah, if you wouldn't mind by starting, just give us a bit of an overview of what the workshops are.
Well, the workshops, we started them in 1990, actually. So they've been running for a long time. And they've had a few changes, but not that many. And what we do is we have a 2 weekend course that and separate in separate groups for men on their own and for women on their own. And the workshops are they're about 6 weeks apart. So it's quite an intense experience coming on these workshops. And we've got two trained facilitators on each one because we know it's really important. Some people have been waited, 20, 30, 40, 50 years for something like this to tell their stories. And we take this very, very seriously. Um, our sort of goal in these workshops is that people get heard, tell their stories, say what happened to them, they properly reconnect to the child that they were, the child that was sent away into these institutions. And then, secondly, and this is where the second weekend comes in more, they stop trying to survive all the time because what it turns out for most of us is that you survive boarding school, you had to, by various sort of adaptations and behavior patterns. And you keep doing it in the rest of your life. So the weird thing is, the solution to the problem then has become the problem now. So in the second weekend, we give people a lot of tools for move from what we call from survival into living.
Mm. Oh, it's very clear. Thank you, Nick. And as someone who knows a number of people who've been through your course, it was truly life-changing for them and their
Oh,
families.
that's great to hear.
So,
Yeah.
it's amazing that you're still running them and that they're doing
I
good
know.
work. It's yeah, splitting them over 2 weekends makes a lot of sense, giving people time to reflect in between. And when do they run during the year? When can people expect to see them?
Well, we run them at the moment, we run them in the spring and the autumn.
Yeah.
And we've got a team of about 5, 6 different facilitators. So we rotate those facilitators. So it's an intensive thing, and we want to keep everybody sort of fresh on it. So we're constantly looking for different ways that we can help people into recovery. It's quite good if someone's also in individual therapy, but the you can't do the sort of work in individual therapy that you can do in a group,
Mm,
in a therapeutic group.
yeah.
And it's great, all these, I mean, there's lots of now nice online things, such as the one that your people are running, which is great. And I support all of those sort of things. But actually to be in a room with a dozen other people and a couple of facilitators and have all the sort of things like, stuff goes on in the coffee breaks, which will sort of trip somebody off, or listening to somebody talk, people, oh, I remember this,
Mm, mm.
having having people get emotional and other people say, my God, I wish I could access my emotions. And then following that through over several days, you can see the transformation in people.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I can certainly attest for myself that group work with other boarders has been a key part of my recovery, my healing process. We were not encouraged to speak out. We were not encouraged to show vulnerability, and actually, even just seeing those two things happen, let alone the facilitated environment, let alone everything else, is very powerful. So,
Yeah, exactly.
thank
Yeah,
you, yeah, for highlighting that. I think
yeah.
uh, as far as the things that may cross people's minds, a bit of resistance, concerns about attending, what would you say to anyone who's kind of maybe thinking, "Oh, this is an area I want to explore, but oh, I'm not too sure about the workforce."
Yeah, we've had people who've waited for years to do these things because a lot of people think, my God, do I want to be in a room with a whole load of ex-boarders or something like that? And, been one myself and I've avoided them all my life or stuff like this. And yeah, I know coming to one of these events is quite a big deal for a lot of people.
Mm,
So people will, can wait years and finally get up the courage to come.
mm,
And we take that very seriously. So sometimes people have kind of really prepared themselves in advance. And then one of the things we do, which is a beautiful part of the work, is getting the people to connect to the child that they were. So we get them to find a photograph of, say, if it's in a men's group, of the boy that you were, before you got sent away. So people are looking for a picture of a 7 or 8 year old boy or an 11-year-old boy, and they have to get that photo. Sometimes it means they have to get it from their parents or something. So there's a whole process that gets done, and then they turn up in the workshop with this photo. They've already got their steps on this recovery road,
mm.
and we sort of take that further with them in, and people see other people doing that too. This is the point.
Yeah. So thank you so much for talking into that. It's incredibly powerful workshops. They've been running a long time. They're kind of the gold standard in this area. And I know that people who come on the ones in the autumn and the spring next year with you will see great benefit. Um, as far as applying for the process, getting more information, I understand that's through the Border School Survivors website, and we'll
Yeah.
put a link to that around this video and on the Seen and Heard website as well, so people can get more information. Is there anything finally you'd like to kind of give a message to anyone out there who's maybe watching this and considering it?
Well, then we have, in terms of the men's group, we have a lot of people who say, my wife thinks I should do this course. And we sometimes say to them, come on, come and do it for yourself. That's important. Your wife's going to benefit, but actually really do it for yourself, because you may have been surviving 30, 40 years or something since you went to school. It's now time to really make this trust actually leave school in a way, come home. Uh, the workshops could be really a major step towards that.
Thank you. Yeah. And so, yeah, for anyone out there, please check out the link in the information to get to the Boarding School Survivors website. Do go and have a look at the workshops and see if they're right for you. But thank you so much for your time, Nick, this morning.
Thanks,
Really honored
Chris.
the work that you've done for many decades in this area. It was life-changing for me personally, and I know it has been for others. So thank you very much.
Great. Thank you. Bye.